Well, hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and I thought I would show you some of the results of our balance survey. First of all, the first question was, how balanced do you feel your life is right now? And as you can see, we're basically in the mid-range there. How do you think your financial health is? Pretty average across the board there. It wasn't anything major at all. If you look at it really, overall, people are looking pretty good. I mean, there's quite a high spike on number 4 there. What about your friendships? This is what I call a normal pattern. It sort of goes up and goes down depending on who you are, but the majority are sitting in that 2 to 4 range, which is pretty good. So you feel like you're doing pretty well with your friendships. If you look at it, that's a very large proportion. School or work? This one, not so good. So if you happen to have answered this one, we're going to need some more information on that one. Spiritually was excellent. You guys are pretty much in the 3, 4, or 5 range there, the majority of you, so that doesn't surprise me at all. That's pretty obvious when I do the broadcasts or when I read your various comments. How's your health? Again, we got some people not so well, and we knew that, but on the whole, it seems to me that you're looking pretty good there. Not too bad at all, except for those that do have chronic illnesses, of course. Now, the next one did surprise me. That was, how is your social life? Now, this one, as you can see, has a totally different look to it. People are not happy with their social life. So if you answered on this one, I'd really like some more input from you, just so that we can find out what it is that you feel you need, that we can give you more of. I'll be talking about this in some of the vlogs next week. Interesting though, I've never seen that come up that way. So obviously part of me goes, is it because of the life we live with the computers that we don't go out as much as we used to? Or are we getting lazy? That's a good question. And then we go to, how do you feel about how you live? People are pretty even on that one. And overall, how happy are you with your life? And again, the same sort of regular pattern. So that was good. With the exception, as I said, of this social life one. That's the one that really surprises me. All right, so here, what do you like most about the DearMamaSal channel? I noticed that the drive to work life lessons apparently go down really well with you guys, and I'm delighted to hear that. You know, tips of the day, I know you love those, and I try and find them wherever I can. The general vlogs, that's also nice, and I know that you guys like to see me do the recipes and things. So this is awesome. I have really great feedback. I do try and give you all as much as I can so that you're all happy on this one. I know that there's quite a range of people. Interesting that most of you seem to have been referred to me from YouTube or Google, and whether that was because you picked it up on a clip somewhere, I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out more as the days go on. I like the question, what have you gained from being a viewer? And, you know, when I look at what have you gained from being a viewer, that really is important, because so many of you mentioned the word community. I get a sense of community, or I get to understand my life better. And those are two things that I really value, that we do give you that sense, and that you do feel that you're not alone. I think it's really, really important. So for those of you who feel that way, thank you so much. I'm really, really glad. That's great validation of the work that we're doing. How do you rate the feedback we've been giving? Apparently pretty high, so I thank you for very high actually. So I thank you all for that. That was very good to hear, obviously. The thing that confused me a little is about the time it takes for us to respond to you. I thought we'd done pretty well in responding within 24 hours to almost everybody that has ever written, or at least given you a reason if for some reason we can't answer immediately. So I was quite surprised to get the number 3 on any of those, but that's a wake-up call. It's good to know that as well. And then I really appreciated the extra comments and the very kind comments that were made. I really, really thank you for that. It's great to hear the things that you like to add and what you value about the Dear Mama Cell network. It's all part of helping me take the steps forward and helping us grow an even better channel. I thought you'd like to see that the average age was anywhere from sort of 20 through to the early 50s, with the majority sitting sort of 30 to 50. That was interesting to me. And of the people who answered, and remember that's all that we're showing here, we have the majority are female. Now, I find it interesting in the figures that I look at from my sets of figures that I check, that the number of males watching us from England is almost 50-50. That was very surprising. So although we've only heard from the majority of females on the balance survey, we know that there are a lot of males watching, and we really value that. That's what we've got back so far. I try and do this survey or encourage you to fill it out once a year, just so we can get a balance of what's going on and know where we need to spend our time. For those of you who have participated, and by the way, if you haven't participated and wish that you had, I'd be more than happy to give you another week to fill it in, and then we'll see where it all stands next week. I'm going to go back just quickly, I don't mean to make you seasick here, to this whole thing about your social life. Remember to let me know if you answered this one, what it is you think is lacking, and what sort of input you would like so that we can help you a bit more.